Nice to be with you again. Still vaping on my Serpent Mini 25s, one with a single coil, one with a dual coil. In the last episode you saw Craig building the dual coil. This episode is going to be the single coil. Many thanks to Craig from Sir Vape for the t-shirt and for giving of your time. The coil he's building is an NI80 24 gauge build on a 3.5mm screwdriver thingy, and he's working with cotton bacon. Enough from me, over to Craig.
We're operational.
Yes, there we go.
Rob and a couple of other forumites asked me to please do a coil build on and wicking on the Serpent 25. You'll notice with this one that the posts are off center. It makes coiling up this one a little bit different because you have to wind your coil slightly different. Most people who use a coil master will wind around a drill bit or whatever you use as an ID. Naturally they want to wind clockwise around it, and what you need to do with this is purely because of the way the deck is laid out, you actually need to wind anti-clockwise. It's because you need your coil, your legs to look something like that. I don't know if Rob can see that, which would be opposite if you wound it clockwise. Okay, what you need to do now is put your ID that you've wrapped it around through your coil and position it. See, now when I slide that in to the legs, it positions it nicely first of all, and also you've got it in the correct orientation. Let me just tighten this up quickly. What you need to do is just use your thumb just to lift the wire slightly to get it in line with the screw. If you're using thicker gauge, it's not a problem, but if you're using 24 or 26, you might need to just position it in front of the screw. Also, don't over tighten, because obviously that's going to then just flatten the wire and you've got a chance of breaking it. So when you've tightened the first side, what you do is just grab a pair of long nose pliers or pliers and just give the second side a slight little pull. Okay, this just gathers all the wires nice and neatly and makes life easier to put tighten the second grab screw. Position the wire in the grab screw and give it a little bit of a tighten. Remember, don't over tighten, you can squash wires. Now what you do is you just turn the coil in a line with the juice flow holes. You can see it there. Now you'll also see that the coil is quite low on the deck. Just raise your coil up. You need it at least 4 to 5 mils above your airflow to give it enough. Then that's what gives you the flavors. That little bit of more air coming in from underneath the coil. So you can see there, I've got it at least 4 to 5 mils above the airflow control. Just slip off your wires. With the single coil, you need to make sure that you've slipped the wires as close to the deck as possible, because sometimes they do impede the threads tightening. Yeah, you can see it's firing nicely. Filming?
Yeah.
Okay, just the same scenario, that your cotton must be able to move backwards and forwards slightly, but it must not be able to move easily across them. Same scenario as this dual deck. Bend your cotton down to the bottom, underneath the juice ring, trim it. Once you've trimmed it, make your little bow tie, as I explained on the jewel. This one you can be, you don't have to cut off as much. You can cut to probably almost half, between half and 2/3 off. Grab your little fancy tweezers and shove the coil, the cotton behind the deck. Make sure to fluff it out to the bottom. That fluffing out the bottom is actually important, because that if you have got a little bit too little cotton in there, that fluffing out actually prevents the leaking as well. And there we are, all done. Finished. And you must always have a hand strip tip. If you haven't got a hand strip tip, then it's no point vaping on the Serpent 25.
100%. Thank you, Craig.
No problems.
Tell the crowd it's been nice to be with you.
It's been nice to be with you.
Hugo doesn't like to be on camera. Check. Look. Another error. And look at his beard, all nicely trimmed. What a handsome boy.
Oh, it's so